Um, I didn't want to do the Incredibles end review on its own. So I think just because of that, I'm just gonna become like do more reaction shit. Excuse my stomach. I just ate dinner. Um, like I did a couple because it was really something special to me, like Mario and Last of Us and Borderlands and stuff like that, because they were special to me because they're game adaptations, and at the time they didn't have the greatest reception, but now that Mario, which apparently is really good, and Last of Us, which is good at the time, but on hindsight is it seems to be making a decent comeback. Well, until the Borderlands trailer came out, but anyway, I'm just gonna do trailers for shit that I'm interested in, so I'm not gonna do like Bad Boys Ride or Die because I watched the first film and I couldn't get into it. So, end review, Lego Incredibles. It's really good. They improved a lot on what Ninjago had done. I still don't get why they decided to do Incredibles 2, then 1, whereas other games that were released, at the same time as their films, like Jurassic World, that didn't do like 4, 1, 2, 3 or 4, 3, 2, 1. That did 1, 2, 3, 4. Whereas this, it's 2, 1. um, Bob Odenkirk is actually given credit on IMDb for the game for playing whoever the fuck he played in Incredibles 2. But I like when you look at the IMDb page, I swear it said that someone else played him. Like, I'll look it up now. I just need to find out the character's name. Winston Endeavor. I swear that name appeared earlier in the credits. No, I don't know why I got that confused, but okay. So ignore what I said about praising the impersonator for Bob Odenkirk, because it turns out it is Bob Odenkirk. Um, I do like the way that the some people came back, like Brad Bird, John Goodman came back to do Sully because they have a bunch of Pixar characters they can play as well. I need to blow my nose. I got a bit confused about that though, because it credited Ruth Connell and in the credits, who she plays. Fuck, what's her name? Is it Rowena? Yeah, Rowena in Supernatural. Um, Credits her, and I was like, "Who the fuck is she playing this? Merida?" Looked it up. Yeah, it is Merida. And I was like, "So did she voice Merida in the film?" But no, it's Kelly MacDonald did the film. Um, I find that weird. Where, right, they couldn't get Kelly MacDonald, understandable, but they're like, "Let's get the girl from Supernatural." I know that wasn't like they set out together. It's just that like we need someone Scottish, basically. Uh, guess they put out like a casting call, and Bruce was like, "Oh, okay." Still, that's weird. Um, I don't like the fact that you don't need to get all of the Incredibricks. Like, I got 100 because one of the challenges which you need to do for 100% because it give you gold bricks and characters requires you to get 100, but you don't even need 100. And on top of that, there's more than 100. There's like, if I had to guess, 120. And I'm hearing this like clicky sound in my voice that I used to hear when I was doing Twitter videos. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I don't like the fact that you don't need to use them all, and I would understand if it were something where it was like rather have it and not need it because it's rare or it's hard to get or something. But it's not. If you have a flying character, you can get everything that you need in 5 minutes. Also, don't like the fact they call them family builds. I feel like they missed out on the opportunity to call it incredible builds, but that's not a complaint, just a comment. I did experience a game breaking glitch that a lot of people experienced in the second mission of Incredibles 1. One of the mini kits requires you to use a character with explosives. And usually when you go to throw a bomb, you just hold down square and radical will come up, you aim it, and you just release, and it's as simple as that. But it doesn't allow you to aim in that mission at all for unknown reasons. And what you have to do is that you just need to sort of line yourself up because there'll be a button that floats above the box where you just hit square and it'll throw it. But you need to actually have that there. If it doesn't have that there, your character will either punch if there's something punchable close by, or it'll do fuck all. So you have to line yourself up, not too far away, not too close to the box, and just get lucky. I tested it multiple times, couldn't get it. But then went back and did everything else, not that there was much to do. And tried it again, and it worked. Thank fuck. Like, if you don't get that, you're missing out on like free trophies. Because you're missing out on the platinum, you're missing out on the get all mini kits trophy, you're missing out on the 100% completion trophy. Maybe another trophy. Don't know what the fuck's up my throat today. So, just, you think that since so many people complain about it, that they would get up off their ass and fix it, but no. In, 6 years since the game came out, fuck all. Like, I would understand if people started complaining after they dropped the game, like they stopped supporting it. But people were saying this even before the game came out because they gave review copies to like Pack Attack and Happy Phones Gaming and stuff like that. Just, I mean, if I were given a copy, I get that they give it to those people because they do walkthroughs, they don't do reviews. But I would have thought that since these people get 100%, they were either really lucky, or maybe they did say, and TT were fucking retards, or they didn't say. But just, they had absolutely no reason not to fix this. Anyway, I'm ranting and repeating myself, so I'm just going to move on. Got a trailer here for Kinds of Kindness. It's a new film by the guy who directed Poor Things, coming out in June. Yeah, June. So I'll do this. I'll do. I think there's a couple other things I can do. There's not much to go off here because it's just a teaser trailer. But this seems like it's gonna have no plot. In the same way that like Pulp Fiction didn't really have a plot. It was just a bunch of interconnected stories told in a really messed up order. These may be interconnected, they may not. I'm gonna put my chair down. Just so I can rest my phone on the bed. And hopefully it doesn't cover my microphone, but it's impossible for me to check until after I end the video, so if it is fucking up the mic, I'm sorry, but tough. So, I do find it a bit concerning that he's making this not long after Poor Things, but at the same time, maybe this isn't a feature length. It could be like with Wes, what Wes Anderson did with the Henry Sugar and the other adaptations. So I'm gonna let him cook. It it seems weird. It seems niche. It seems like it's something that's up my alley. So far, this seems like a legacy movie, kind of like what Scream 5 was, but because of the way the Scream 5 worked, or just seeing the Scream in general, it worked, but with the way Beetlejuice works, I don't think they can do that. I think they're best off making a full-on sequel. Bring back Alec Baldwin. I get that, there'd be controversy because of the shooting on the set of Rust. But, I mean, I didn't want to give my take on this, but I'm just gonna have to. I feel like it should be the weapons experts, like, kind of his fault because he's supposed to check it. But at the same time, Alec himself could have checked it, although I don't think he really knows much about firearms because he's just an actor and he's not. I know there are some actors who know about guns, like obviously Keanu Reeves, but I don't think Alec does. So, bring him back, bring Gina Davis back. I think Winona Ryder's in this already. Michael Keaton. And then there's Jenna Ortega, who she's really only there because she worked with Tim Burton on Wednesday, and she will fit in. Even though it is... It feels like she's been in everything recently, but she really hasn't. She's done, Wednesday, Scream, X, which I've never seen, Miller's Girl, which I've never seen, this, You, which I didn't get up to the point that she came into it, but I'm going to give that show a second chance. Probably a couple others I'm not thinking of. But I will... At least it's not as much as I see Pedro Pascal. Great actor, but just getting tired of seeing him. I should really remember this because I seen Beetlejuice in October. It wasn't my first time watching it. It was a rewatch because I played it in cinema. And my brother wanted to watch Five Nights at Freddy's and I didn't. So, playing at the same time, thought might as well. I've seen it then. Last time I seen Scream 3 was probably around a year ago. So I should be remembering Beetlejuice more. But what I'm saying is, I don't remember if that's what Winona Ryder's hair was like in the first film. But I look at that and all I think of is Courtney Cox and Scream 3. I get that, it's a Tim Burton film, it's weird, but it doesn't really fit well with the film. Also, I really hope that she's not like a 53-year-old fucking goth. I really hope she's not. exactly the same as she is in the first film, because she's a teenager in the first film, but she's in her 50s now, and she's probably going to play a 50-year-old. And I don't think it's gonna. I, I don't mean to call her old, but it will seem a bit boomerish if she's going to be acting exactly the same. It'll be just, how do you do, fellow kids? Well, that's a good sign. Screenplay by Al Gore and Miles Miller. I don't know if Tim Burton wrote the first film himself, but I do feel like that if he did, then he should have wrote this himself. But I get it. They worked together on Wednesday. That was great. Gore and Miller are great writers. Smallville, and it lasted 10 years. Fucking amazing. The fact that it Hell on Wheels, Into the Badlands. Sorry, that's what they did. I haven't seen it. Doubt I'll like it because it's AMC, not the biggest fan of AMC. But still, good sign. The title of the film itself, Beetlejuice, it makes me feel like there's going to be a third thing, because that's the whole thing about you say his name 3 times and he appears. So this kind of feels like, but if this exists, the third one is a definite. I feel like films that do that, where, they make the first one and then take a long break, make a second one, and the second one sort of makes a third one inevitable. I can't think of another example, but I swear there have been other things that did that. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. I'll let it cook, but still, bit of a red flag for me. I was looking on IMDb, see if there's any more trailers out that I forgot about, but I was looking at the section that says Jenna Ortega and Beetlejuice 2 and more new stills. But anytime I go on to it, instead of bringing me into that, it brings me into staff picks our favourite films directed by women. And there are a couple here that surprised me. Like, didn't know Wayne. I've never seen Wayne's World, but I didn't know it was directed by a woman. Also, I saw recently that they're going over like the best films directed by black women, and they gave examples like The Woman King, The Old Guard, and a couple of others. But I mean, The Woman King, as far as I know, is like a full-on black film. But I've never seen The Old Guard, but as far as I know, it isn't at all. So, who fucking cares about the race or the gender of the director? Like, I don't really care if a film was directed by a woman. Saltburn is my third favourite film, and that's directed by a woman. But if it were directed by a man, it would be different, but not because it was directed by a man, but because it was directed by someone who isn't Emerald Fennell.